Here we go. Check 1, 2. Here we go. 5. Oof, 4. Sorry. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. I am Tom Shattuck. I'm just back from being in Biddeford, Maine. First time I ever spent any time in Biddeford, Maine. But as you know, there was an ice shooting. Ice shot and killed a guy in Biddeford today. And so not only is that a big story, but of course there were immediately protests. So I was just watching what John Featherston was doing up there. John Featherston was up there with a photog of ours and was getting roughed up. He got a skateboard to the face and just not laid out or anything, but it's not really acceptable. I don't like when we use a term like assaulted because there's some real assaults out there, but it is technically legally assault. So if anybody even touches you, Featherston, it has really no fear. So I drove up to be with him, but let me just start. We'll start right here. So let's go through a couple of, sorry for my yawning. I'm going to stop yawning. I'm sorry. I don't even know why I'm yawning. I'm not even tired. I'm excited. Okay, let's go through a couple of these news clips so we can kind of set up the story. We've got a whole bunch of audio from the day. And here's Major Garrett, setting it up. Oh, sorry about that. I guess would you like some volume? Then hold on.
Who's authorized to work. We turn now to Maine, where a 26-year-old Colombian man who's authorized to work in the United States, that's important, was authorized to work in the U.S., was killed in a shooting involving immigration and customs enforcement. This just days after an ICE officer fatally shot a Mexican migrant in Houston, with authorities later admitting that the victim was not being sought in an enforcement operation.
That's the same thing that it was in Maine. They weren't going after this guy, but this guy was trying to run them over. So, yeah.
News immigration correspondent Camilo Montoya Galvez joins me now from New York. Camilo, what do we know?
Hi, Major. Notably, more than 9 hours after this latest fatal shooting involving an ICE officer, this time in Maine, the Department of Homeland Security has yet to issue a public comment or statement, and so we do not yet have the official accounting of what
they have since. So what happened was they were looking for this guy. This other guy came out and was not following police orders and started to drive his car into them, which is it's repeatedly a problem. Here's this dude who saw the whole thing talking about what he saw.
I would say 7:15. I was driving through the intersection at Hill Street and Pool Street, and as I was approaching, you could see flashing blue lights, and then as I got closer, they were unmarked, so I assumed they were ICE, and then you could see them with their green vests and stuff, and it said police, ICE, and so as I actually was going through the intersection, I heard yelling. So I know I'm supposed to be paying attention, but I heard yelling off to so I looked and I was watching, and the ICE agent was yelling and drew his weapon, and he kept yelling and warning the person driving, which is when the car was put into drive and was trying to hit the ICE officer, and he fired, I would say, probably 4 shots at him. And then by that time, I was also through, the intersection, so I just heard the popping, but I did see him draw his gun at the windshield. And then the car, you could see the car in the back, like rolling down the street afterwards.
So there you go. Now, the X's and O's of this thing, and we talked to a bunch of people at this protest who were like, no, the last thing the guy said was like, I was trying to stop, or like, So maybe we should factor this into our immigration program here and the entire system. Is that maybe you should know that when the cops say to stop, effing stop. Like, why is this that this has to be taught to everybody? That lesbian poets can't stop and male nurses with whistles can't stop suddenly, and how come Michael Brown can't stop, and like all these, like George Floyd just couldn't stop. Like, just stop doing the wrong thing. Like, what is? Why is this that the left gets to start at first? We disobey all the orders, and now we start judging. No, that's not. It shouldn't be how it works. If your cop is an a-hole, do what he says. If a cop is a nice guy, do what he says. If he's somewhere in between, do what he says. Just do what the cops say. Anyway, I talked to this girl, and she's like, "Why should we listen to the police, man?" You'll listen. I'll play it I'll play it in a second. But anyway, let's listen to some of this stuff. There is a bad look for ICE once they got him. I mean, they had already shot this guy in the head, and then they threw him on the ground and cuffed him, which is probably not bueno. But listen to this. Here's a guy who went after Featherston. Just one of them today. These are These are adults with jobs.
You're a cancer. Thank you. Yeah, you're a piece of shit. Why am I a cancer? You're a cancer. Why am I a cancer?
Conservative bias.
Fucking
Conservative
Go
bias.
back where?
Liars. Liars.
Fuck you and everything you stand for.
Fucking minions. Fuck you. You're a cancer. Why? Why am I a cancer? Give me one example of my
People
reporting
like
where-
you,
Give me one example.
they're going to reintroduce a guillotine for people like you. I hope you
crazy.
understand that.
That's crazy.
It's true.
That's crazy.
It's true.
That's crazy.
Hey, no, get it on.
Middle fingers in his face by this lady there.
Don't touch the phone.
phone.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
And there was all sorts of that stuff. I saw some of it later when I was there too. Here's him with another unhinged lady, borderline cute.
Good morning. I'm John. I'm with the Maine Wire.
Hi,
Nice to
Alyssa.
meet you. So, what do you got going on here?
This is for ICE to get out of our fucking city. They just shot and killed another innocent person for no reason, other than they're not white.
Did you have
They're
that
not
sign
right.
already made up? Or?
Yes, I did. I went to No Kings 3, baby!
All right. So, I'm a member of the media, and I don't have any of the details. What details do you have?
Only based on what I've seen, and just, I woke up this morning
Okay.
and went on Facebook. Sure as shit, ICE is in Biddeford, that somebody's been shot. I Googled where it was right up my street.
Okay.
I came out, saw that it was all blocked off, saw people congregating, went home, got my sign, walked around my neighborhood.
There you go.
Alerted my neighbors, ICE is in the area. They just shot and killed another person.
Are you aware that there is something planned for 12 o'clock at the park?
Yes, I am.
Will you be there?
I will be there.
Just it might be a controversial question, but I think it's a fair one.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we wait for the facts?
At this point, what ICE is doing is un-American. They are going around abducting documented people.
This is what tonight at this thing, she is saying exactly what was not even debatable to these people.
Based on their color. They are being told when the documented person tells them that they have their documents, you know what ICE tells them? It doesn't matter. We've been told to pick up everybody and anybody. They have quotas to meet. So no, we shouldn't wait for the facts. The facts are they are doing things illegally.
We
They are
shouldn't wait
doing
for the
things
facts.
based on race. They are not doing things based on the law and what should be happening in our country.
I understand you're upset,
Yes.
but where are you getting the information that ICE has quotas?
From the news.
Okay.
I am very involved in the news. I know everything that is happening right now. I know how unhealthy our administration is. Right now, we have a pedophile running our country.
Here you go.
And we are acting like it's normal and it's okay for men to rape and abuse women and children and get away with it. Is that okay? Is that American? Is that the American dream?
But that's a different story. That's a different story
It
about you.
goes with ICE.
Okay, so
Because ICE is funded by him and Stephen Miller, who's a white supremacist. We have a white supremacy White House at this moment
We'll get
in
to that.
time. White supremacy
Stephen Miller,
is
the Jewish white
overtaking our
supremacist.
country in the White House, trying to normalize making race a big thing again.
Go ahead.
ICE is doing all they can do in their power to make that normal. Let's go and abduct these people based on their skin tone. Let's beat them. Have you seen what they do to people? They break their windows.
I'm trying to stay specifically on today's incident.
On today's incident.
So
no, I think
we don't have a lot of facts yet, but you're
based on what the family has said, they would like time. So with
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, shouldn't we just kind of like pump the brakes until we get to...
Well, there you go. No, she's not going to pump the brakes. These people, they are not in this to not be yelling. They're in this to be yelling. Here's more of a psycho going after Featherman. Featherstone. She's got her kids with him.
I haven't. What have I questioned anything?
What are you doing here?
What have I
Taking our
questioned anything?
photos.
Because I'm a member of the media, ma'am.
What media?
Okay.
Maine Wire?
Do you having the same conversation with ABC, NBC, CBS?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely. I've talked to all the cameras.
Good. And I'm here to report on that.
And who do you report for?
The Maine Wire, as I've said 3 times.
There's a dickhead Nazi.
Explain to me how I'm a Nazi.
Because you support this shit.
How do I support it? What am I supporting?
Get your fucking phone out of my face.
Okay.
That's not really how it works. It's not really how it works. Get your bleeping phone out of my face. Where does everything go? Where do you all go? Get back here. And anyway, for John, it got more dicey because then they decided to. This guy shoves this guy slaps his phone and shoves a skateboard. Hey, can we put an end to 50-year-old guys with skateboards?
You're not a billionaire.
I don't think you are either, though, are you?
No.
Are you a billionaire?
No, I'm not.
Nice to meet you.
Why do you work harder? Why the fuck are we here?
Why are you here?
To protest burn.
This guy really hit him in the face.
Fuck out of here.
Sorry about all the swearing. But anyway, we've got that guy. We'll turn this guy in. I mean, you gotta anybody who sells shit, you gotta call cops, send them up. You got them. So here's a conversation I had with a young lady. I will say another thing I want to get on the record here is there were about 5 or 6 real cuties out there. So hey, so here's this young lady. She's had such a like salty scowl looking at us, and I'm like, okay, I gotta talk to her. First she talked about like, well, do you think who's the lesbian poet? Do you think that she was in the wrong? Her and a gay guy were saying that, and I said, I think the poet was in the wrong, absolutely, because she was driving it. And she said, well, how come she was standing in front of? How come the guy was standing in front of her car? And I said, well, it doesn't mean that she can hit him. He's a cop. And I said, don't you just do what you're told to, like when cops tell you to? And she said, why should cops be able to tell us that? And I said, well, because you have a unspoken covenant with society that you pay for security, and they come in uniforms, and she didn't want to. She didn't want to hear it. She didn't like. Well, is there anything, man? But anyway, she kept saying, no ICE, no KKK, no pedophile. I don't even know. But I zoned in on the KKK thing because I wanted to know what she was seeing. Because this is a girl in Biddeford, Maine. Biddeford, Maine is like right next to Saco, Maine. You know, it's like close to the water. And it's really far north. I don't know if many states that are more northeast than Maine. It's apparently, I feel that it's one of the most northeast states are. And there's not in the Northeast a thriving Klansman community. So I wanted to know what this girl meant when she talked about the KKK, and I got it. I just don't know about when you say KKK. Who's that?
At all to shoot somebody? If somebody's in a vehicle?
No, I'm familiar. You mean the guys with the cross burnings?
I'm sorry. I know this is happening.
In this country,
Been through this a bunch. Gone to loads of places.
Yeah, but where are they? They're not. Are they around here?
Careful of cars.
they're everywhere.
They are?
Like, I don't know.
Like where? The clans are everywhere?
But what I am seeing.
They're everywhere, dude. And she just walks away. I just don't know about. They're so everywhere that you can't find any. But this is what these people are doing. And so you've got several things happening. One, you've got people just showing that they're compassionate. These are the girls who, and these are most of the pretty ones that were there. These are the girls who adopt pit bulls and who have, at least in Biddeford, Maine, way too much ink. Like, what are you doing? I don't know where you women, and Alice Shattuck has a tattoo, so I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that, but I did. Where are you, like, women thinking, especially you beautiful women, that there's, like, anything more excellent on your natural body than your natural body? Because there is not. Faded tattoo parlor ink is not an improvement. Oh, what are you thinking? But okay, so that's some of them. But I was talking to one of these girls who said, and I said, what do you think about Graham Platter? And I wasn't doing a gotcha thing. I didn't want to win. I actually didn't feel great today. I don't know why. Well, I mean, there's 1,000 reasons why. But anyway, so I was not looking to start trouble or dunk on people, and and it's like the whole idea of that to me is like just monotonous. But I wanted to know what she felt about Graham Plattner, because I did feel that there were a few people there who you could tell had some Plattner beliefs that weren't terrible beliefs. Like Plattner saying, like, why is everybody going into Washington, D.C. and then getting filthy rich? I'm willing to ask those questions. So I've had a couple of ladies mention that, including this one who was very pretty, and I said, so I said, so who are you going to vote for now that Plattner's gone? She goes, I don't give a F about Plattner, but she was pleasant. And I said, okay, then what are you out here protesting? She goes, I always protest. I always do it. And I thought about it. I thought, like, this is and she was, obviously, you could tell that she'd come from money because she had, like, perfectly, like, orthodontist teeth and a very pretty smile. And she was very pretty herself. But, of course, way too many tattoos. So isn't this interesting? This is a woman who feels... Now, I mean, I know that women have layers and are complicated than this and that. But just think that she could have the life of somebody who was just taken care of, but she's embarked on this despite her loveliness and the way she was a good communicator. Despite that, she's decided that her life is going to be this road. And it's not unlike, and work with me here, 1989, I was on St. Catherine's Street in Montreal. Every man listening to this knows what that means. But anyway, we rolled out of one of these strip joints. I was only 16 that year. And of course, because we were drunk in 16, we saw this hooker who was probably 16 herself with blonde. She was beautiful. And of course, we were idiots in 16. We were like, why are you doing this? You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. Why are you doing it? And she didn't have to do that. She was beautiful. She could have been in the passenger seat of a Beamer and going to a nice restaurant. Like, she could have been, and that's not even, she could have just been a pleasant, most beautiful girl in the office or whatever. But there are these women who feel it's their place to, like, labor and self-flagellate a little bit. And so they're not going to take that course. It feels a little bit better to be... Oh, hold on. I'm getting Steve Robinson telling me I'm not. Hold on. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, no. John's on Laura Ingram. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's not, oh no, we're just having this. We've had tech issues all day because when you're out, I don't know if you guys ever have this, when you're out and about, like even if you bring your laptop somewhere or your iPhone and you're like a state over and things are different, then like everything's just different and changed. And for me, it takes all my stuff some time to recover. But John's on Laura Ingram right now. So if you're listening to me, feel free to go check out John and Laura Ingram. But so I just thought that was interesting about these like young ladies, and it's not the end of the world. And I could have, like I said, I was not. It's funny. The biggest pain in the ass I dealt with was a lady who was who was pro-eyes, who demanded I talk about her daughter who the cops were framing because of the Epstein files. Like, oh God, stop it, leave me alone. Like I said, I didn't feel great today. So anyway, so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of anger. There's a lot of men there who are beta men, and this is just absolutely true, who were trying to act like tough guys, but they weren't tough guys, and you could tell. They thought they were, and they were violent, and the guy hit John with a skateboard. But, these are not tough guys. These are guys who are they're them dealing with their main character, syndrome here, where they're being heroes. It's like when David Hogg does his fist in the air thing. Yeah, we're going to take you down. It's like, you're not taking anybody down. Just maybe possibly the boys down. But that is it. So there's a lot of that stuff. There was a lot of like bad behavior and yelling and this and that today. We have to, you guys know, we have to, we're going to have to stop making it okay for many people in society to act terribly and then just simply blame law enforcement. Nobody has to die almost anywhere ever, as long as you just do what the cops say. And I know that's fascist, man. Just do what the cops say, and you can sue them afterwards, okay, if you're angry at them. I'm so sick of it. Everybody's doing everything wrong, and now, in black mothers, you don't know what they go through. And the kid who stabbed the white kid at the track meet, he was scared. Like, what do you... How about this? Do what the cops do, and also don't stab somebody because you feel that they disrespected you. Okay? And this has to do with politicians and parents teaching people. And I'm sure that the left has been teaching anybody who's an immigrant, despite any of the status, that the cops are going to kill you. So they're like, I'm not going to stop for the cops. The guy's going to shoot me. So I just got to put power through. It hits the gas. Like, friggin' A. God, these are lessons we don't need to relearn. Seriously, right? Tommy in New Hampshire says not guilty. There was a lot of not guilty happening today. To me, there was a lot of not guilty. Featherston, I think Howie wants to hear that everybody was ugly and smelly. So Featherston, I don't think he's not afraid to, like me, acknowledge a good-looking lady. But I don't think he wasn't going with that today. But I documented. Did I document them? I don't know to what level I was that creepy. I know that I think I was live streaming some of it, so it's probably there on Melrose TV. It's not on Melrose TV. It's Maine Wire TV. All right, let's see. Their jobs are getting paid to protest. Some of them definitely. Splash says there's people literally on call to protest. There's no doubt about that. I don't know how many of these people were, but there's definitely some. Tommy says, I keep hearing about Soros funded everything. Why is he allowed to do that? CIA much? Tommy, it's funny you said it, because one thing I did notice today is that there were definitely, there were some organizers who knew to organize, who were telling them not to push John around, who were like, guys, no, you want to disengage? Who were like the pros who handle these things, who are taught how to do it. And there were cases of water. Hey, guys, is that Pepper barking? So there's definitely some organization happening there. No doubt about that. But I didn't think that I didn't seem to me that there were too much. These are just people who are having a good. This is fun for them. But it's funny, because there's cases of water that arrive, and also there's cases of water and stuff that arrive around where the TV press is. And I'm thinking that the organizers actually are also getting water and stuff for the TV press, because they're going to like the coverage, and they know that they're going to like the coverage from Maine. I think it's funny because Featherston just goes right to their table and drinks their drinks, which I like. He's a ballsy guy. I like I said, he's unflappable. I keep hearing. Cheswick says, I wish aliens would abduct people like this woman and take them to another planet. Well, they're living on another planet, Cheswick, but they're here with us, unfortunately. And they're all spoiled brats, which is great. Splash says, John interviews the dudes with weapons and Tom interviews the smoke shows. That is correct. Absolutely. That is one of the small powers of interviewing somebody, is who thinks you're a podcaster or whatever, is that the ladies reacted to it, and you're absolutely correct about that. And Tommy says he has strong creeper tendencies. I would say mid-level, and he won't get beat up by one of those chicks too badly. Yeah, no. Today, Cheswick said, "I'm sorry this story started with Tom drunk in Canada and dissolved into checking his phone, then back to the riot." Is that right? The Tom drunk in Canada. Yeah, that was. Well, the point is that I had to check my phone because this is Robinson. He's the boss, and we got Maine Wire people running all around the streets. And just in case, I'm in management. I'm a very important person, Cheswick. Okay. How dare you? How dare you? Anyway, today we've once again, Lindsey Graham. Come on. How good is that dude? How good is that dude? So good. Dear Lindsay. Okay. Is it time for the chat? Oh, I'm in for Jerry tomorrow, by the way. Checking me tomorrow. Jerry Callahan. In tomorrow. At about 10:30 on Newsmax. I'm in for Grace all week next week. Hopefully I'll do that from home. You can get that going. And then I'm not doing anything for anybody for a couple of weeks. Then weekend of August 10th, I think I'm in for Howie. And that week I'll probably just take off from the Maine Wire, which I really can't do. And from the Burn Barrel. And I'm struggling. I am hurriedly grabbing people for the food show. I apologize. Alice was supposed to do it. We've had all sorts of stuff. You know the thing. Let me just make sure that I haven't gone through all my cool stuff yet. Suddenly Seymour. Okay, once again, there's Featherston. Study shows that both Apple News and Google News, this is surprising, this came from CBS 13 News, which is the main news. Study shows that both Apple News and Google News suppressed negative news stories about former Maine Democratic Senate candidate Graham Plattner for months. It takes a lot of balls for Channel 13 in Maine to report on them. Oh, this lady we like. Check out.
Hi, I'm Imka, Vice Chair of the Maine Democratic Party. We are closely monitoring Monday's fatal shooting in Biddeford involving ICE personnel. Our hearts are with the victims, families, friends, and the entire Biddeford community. A member of our community has died, and Mainers deserve a full, transparent...
All I'm saying is Imka's hot. That's what I'm saying. I don't. Other than that, I have nothing to say about her. Suddenly Seymour. Let me see what else I had up here. Imka, Major Garrett. This is the Irish lady saying you're getting over. Dua Lipa opens banned book library after global right-wing censorship. This is something these banned book libraries. I think Lady Gaga did one too or something. None of these books are really banned anymore, but there's a couple books on Margaret Atwood. Yeah, you know what's shocking? Oh, by the way, can I just tell you? Guess who today had an interview at Market Basket? Sally Shattuck. That's right. So, and I'm just going to mention this. She said, "Did you realize that Margaret Sanger was racist?" So, oh my good. How did you get that? Like, where are you learning that forbidden information? It is absolutely true, obviously. But we like Dua Lipa because she's hot. Other than that, the banned book library is just more navel-gazing by the left. It's just there's nothing to it. It's just total rubbish. All right. Let me get to the chat. Yeah, tough day for Fethy. Yeah, but if he were a pedophile, you'd be licking his boots. I'm not sure if that's about me. I hit a lot of I've hit a lot of the a lot of people giving me friendly fire because I had a sarcastic tweet today because one of the Democrats in Maine said, I don't want to jump to judgment, but we need to get rid of ICE. Like, yeah, I think you kind of jumped to judgment right there. Angus King states that DHS secretary with him and told that body cameras are still on order since being fully funded by Congress. Not all areas of the country have them yet. So they had no body cameras. Okay. All right, let's do the chat there. This is blood. Somebody wrote a picture of blood. After showing up for a brief campaign photo op, Shanna Bellows left. Yeah, she's a psychotic. Uh-oh, Steers Robinson. Crazy stuff. Okay, it's interesting. I'll just tell you this: that this John is doing a hit for Fox News right now in Biddeford, and the mob is closing in on him. So I'll give you that much. So I'm not just effing around here, but we've got some muscle with him tonight. The guy who's the exact kind of guy you'd want to have with you. Okay, ready? Suddenly Seymour. I don't love Little Shop of Horrors. But I like Rick Moranis, obviously. I'm a human being. I don't love Suddenly Seymour. I don't know. I think one of my kids might be in that now. I don't know. Oh, okay. Where is the chat? Here we go. Okay, ready?
Hi, Steve from Merrimack.
Hey, Steve.
Tom from Thomaston. Yes, the Tall T is a good Western. Ride Lonesome is a good Western, but I also thought I heard you say Ride the High Lonesome, but it's actually Ride the High Country by Sam Peckinpah from 1962, and that was Randolph Scott's last film.
Wow.
He decided he was done with acting after that film because he felt it was of such high quality.
Wow.
But if you really want to watch a great Western, Tom, The Wild Bunch by Sam Peckinpah, 1969. I will loan you my copy, or you can come over and we'll watch it. It is spectacular. Thank you.
So you've mentioned that before, Steve, and I thought it was the Wild Ones or the ones with Brando and the motorcycles. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't do a lot of watching of Westerns. I think The Unforgiven was a masterpiece. I used to play a lot of drops from that. Two More Hogs Got the Fever is from The Unforgiven, obviously. I'm sure I would like to. I trust you. I just I can't imagine when I would be saying, "Oh, that's okay. I'm going to enjoy this Western now." Maybe I should though. What I think what I need to do is when I go to prison for tax evasion or get sent to rehab for 2 years, that'll give me plenty of time to catch up on the stuff that people do. Okay.
Hi, Steve from Merrimack.
Hey, Steve.
Tom, I've noticed whenever we hear from a Robbie Goldstein-like figure who's teaching us how to avoid heat stroke, and Evan, who's running for God knows what, that you're doing the extended S.
Yes.
But there's a great sound cut you could get from Blazing Saddles. I don't know if you remember at the end of the movie, Dom DeLuise is playing this gay director who's filming a musical called The French Mistake, and you should look that one up too. But it's an all-male chorus line, and at one point he says something, and they respond with, and he goes, "It's like steam escaping." Thank you.
That's great. Oh man, that's great. I gotta check out Blazing Saddles. I gotta show my son. Do we think he'd like it? Okay. Did you see the prisons are changing the race of prisoners? Great. To change statistics. That's great, Tommy. Please send me that link. I just heard on Howie today. Was it Howie or was it Matt Walsh today? This freaking story of, oh God. Oh yeah, blaming climate change for trafficking minors in like Afghanistan. It's like something freaking perfect. They list books under review as banned until they pass review. What a great way to pad stats. No kidding. Was she getting food in the rotten aisle? She's going to be stealing cans of sardines. You leave my girl. You leave them alone, my friend. You leave them alone. Imagine that I found somebody in the rotten section. That's going to be my next wife. I need to upgrade. That's going to be a problem because that means somebody out there needs to downgrade, like profoundly. But I'm ready to move on, definitely. Alice is aged out, long in the tooth. You know, I keep myself supple for her. Guys, thank you so much. I swear to God, I'm going to do some food shows. I'm going to do some food shows. I am. I'm going to be a better human being, okay? I'm going to be part of the solution rather than part of the problem. It's a deep Herald Radio cut. Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate that. Thanks for hanging in there. I'm sorry I yawned. I'm really not tired. I'm just me, and I'm getting better. I'm on Wegovy, okay? That means I'm noble, okay? I'm a good person. Thank you.
C'est la vie.
So 4, 3, 2, 1.